celebrates the smaller channels who are working to bring down the cult and protect human rights. Screw the Moon celebrates the smaller channels, the ones who need more attention and are out there more and more. If you want Screw the Moon to show a small channel, send her clips and links, since you are making clips and sharing links is easy to do. Whether you protest and or watch that needs you.
Hello, welcome in. I know that there are a few other things going on today, so if you're here on the replay, welcome. Thank you for being here. And if you're here live, again, welcome. Thank you for being here. Hello, Fuzzy. Welcome in. I continue to change my setup, so if my eyes are darting around, it's because I'm still working on it. Hello, Cricket. No notification. Oh, no. That's not cool. Hi, J-Bat. Welcome in. Okay. And the headphones are on because I was having a lot of trouble hearing videos over the last week with my earbuds. Like, they don't sit in the ear. Hi, Style. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I just figured, you know what? I will just go with these because I can hear perfectly well with them. Okay, so, yeah, okay, so I just had a brain fart again. Hi, Janet. I have been seeing you all over the place lately. All right, so hi and welcome to Scooter's Anti-Cult Report, where we focus on the ending Scientology channels with less than 1.5K subs. I know, I've got anti and then I've got ending, and I don't know. I'm just playing with stuff a little. I am happy to have you here. The purpose of this show is to boost positive attention to the smaller channels in the ending Scientology movement. It didn't change in my notes for this one. If they're working to end the abuses of Scientology and not end others in the movement, I would like to feature that work. I will also share some of the larger channels, but my focus will always be on featuring the smaller channels. I show clips and shorts here, so please follow all the links to watch all the videos and subscribe to everyone. For those of you on the replay, I put links in let me try that again. I put links in the description after the live stream. Yeah, we're off to a great start here. I hope you're all doing well. If you were enjoying the Bad Bunny concert with some football on the side, I'm guessing you are trying to recover today. And congrats to the Seahawks. Yes, YouTube is clearly trying to sabotage the mission, Cricket. Okay, so I'm already seeing that keeping an eye on the chat has to be more of a conscious thing with this setup. So we'll see how it goes. Change is hard, especially when you are more seasoned than some. So I don't know. Did any of you watch the Bad Bunny concert? I heard there was some other alternate concert that went on at the same time, but didn't have a huge audience, so not paying any attention to that. Yes, Janet, Bad Bunny's show was awesome. And I know Green Day opened for him, and I'm not discounting them at all. I just have not seen them yet because they were not a part of the video that I managed to find. So I have to hunt them down. So anyway, for those of us who are not necessarily big viewers of football, first of all, you are my people. Secondly, that's why I said I'm explaining the joke now. I mean, I'm not going to. I am not going to explain the joke. If you don't get it, that's okay. You watch the Puppy Bowl, Buttercup, and welcome in. You know what? I have watched the Puppy Bowl occasionally through the years, and I do enjoy it. But and as much as I do love puppies, and it's great that they are um, being featured so that they can be adopted, I personally am slightly more partial to cats. And I know that there used to be a kitten bowl. I'm not sure if there still is, because guess what? I can't get either show here. So, yeah, makes it a little difficult. Anyway, I guess I should get started. Um, so recently, T from A Voice Down Under interviewed Amir El Hassi. I'm sorry, I didn't put his last name in my notes, which I should have done, and my memory is not always the best. So we all know who I'm talking about when I say Amir, right? And if not, you will soon find out. And Amir very recently left Scientology. And it sounds like he's got some things in the works that we're going to want to be watching out for. Yes, Fuzzy. At least not on the channels that I currently subscribe to. No Puppy Bowl. Okay, so let me share this for you. And okay, here we go. Okay, what's going on here? Why am I not? All right, bear with me, because usually I'm automatically taken to the tab. Here we are. And I wasn't this time.
Like Grant Cardone and Trish Duggan, and they're now slowly creeping into Turning Point USA. So they're and Grant being talked about for running for the governor of California. So I think they're just trying to preserve
Grant
it.
Cardone is running for the governor of California.
There was something on his social media about it, and then there was talks that he might.
No way. Oh,
Yeah.
ugh.
So
he's been cozying up to old Arnie Schwarzenegger, isn't he? You know, and he used to be the governor.
And
yeah.
So, Brian Wordy was reciting. Whoops. So Brian Wordy was reciting a Scottish poem at one of the flag fundraising dinners in front of Tom Cummings and Trish Duggan. And then Trish Duggan came up to him after he recited the Scottish poem and said, "Oh my God, can I have a copy of that poem? I'm going to give it to Donald Trump." So they have these comm lines with the Trump administration, like Grant Cardone and.
So, oh, shoot. I am clicking all the wrong things right now. So, first of all, ew, the Duggans. Secondly, I know that many of us assumed that there were contacts with Trump, or at least with members of his administration through, like, from Scientology, but to hear it said that blatantly, it's like they're not even trying to keep it a secret. So I don't know about that. It's that's something I would love to see someone dig down into that a little bit more, because I think that, trying to choose my words carefully here, that would be very eye-opening, I think, for some people, particularly in the US, to see just how closely tied Scientology and, I'm just going to call it, the regime are. So, style, that poem better be encased in gold when you hand it over. Yeah, otherwise it's just, it's just not going to be valued very much. Yeah, or at least engraved in with gold. I mean, at the very least. But honestly, the more gold, the better, as we know. All right, so next up, Breaking Scientology, whom I have neglected for a while, and my apologies, recently put out a video that I think is important to everyone in this movement. So have a brief look as soon as I pull it up for you. And keep in mind, this is not me saying this. This is Breaking Scientology saying this.
And this is why the most devoted Scientologists are often the ones most damaged by it. When people leave, they carry this conditioning with them. Many ex-members still struggle with black and white thinking, paranoia about betrayal, or the need to prove themselves right. These lingering effects can make it hard for former members to work together effectively against the church. This is where the anti-Scientology community often loses focus. Instead of keeping attention on the real problem, the system of coercion, manipulation, and abuse, people get caught up in personal disputes, accusations of bad faith, and endless cycles of infighting. Some ex-members hold on to past grievances, while others police who is a real critic and who isn't. Scientology's structure is designed to make enemies out of former allies, and when ex-members unknowingly fall into that pattern, it wastes valuable energy. The church itself benefits from this, and this is why the most devoted Scientologists are often the ones most damaged by it. When people leave, they carry this conditioning with them. Many ex-members still...
Sorry. I was listening to the words, and as they looped, it just still fit for me. Yes, I absolutely love watching everything that Breaking Scientology puts out, and I don't know why I stopped. I'm thinking it had to do with the number of subs, and I don't know, because I didn't even check recently. And yeah, they do really, really fantastic work. So I am making a mental note to try to remember to feature them a little more often. So Jamie Mustard was on the Jordan Harbinger show not long ago. I think it might have been a couple of weeks ago. Listen as he calls out or shouts out, actually, the call-in crew. Just give me a second here to bring it up and switch to that tab because it's being difficult today.
An hour.
I mean,
that's what it was.
Well, it's only in the last year and a half with these non-Scientology protesters going crazy all over the world, but also crazy in LA. There's these non-Scientologist protesters, a couple kids that grew up within it that have been showing up at the LAPD police council meetings, the public works meetings, and giving them this information. And in the last year and a half, for the first time in 30, 40 years, they're no longer allowing off-duty police officers to do security at Scientology events. For the first time in the last year and a half. I mean, one of the reasons I finally decided to speak out is I felt like we were aging out, Jordan, and our story had never been told. What happened to me as a child of the paramilitary happened over 40 years on 4 continents. Sydney, Australia, Southern England. I mean, Neil Gaiman was part of the first generation of kids that this happened to. But Southern Australia, Southern England, Copenhagen.
An hour.
I mean.
So thank you to Jamie for giving that shout out, because I'm sure that the call-in crew will appreciate that if they haven't seen it already. I hope they discovered it here, because I think that was absolutely fantastic. And it just goes to show that he appreciates and values the work that they're doing as much as many of us do. So, you know what? Excellent. All right. So also, 10 Tampa Bay News did a story a couple of weeks ago about Scientology and its takeover of Clearwater and its attempt to take over Garden Avenue. So I don't know how many of you have seen this, but I wanted to share it with you. So give me a sec here and I will share this with you. Where did it go? That's not it. Okay. Here we are.
Users in Pinellas County have had videos showing bunk beds in an empty motel in Clearwater popping into their feeds, and many are saying it's the Church of Scientology.
Now we set out to try to confirm where that motel is, who owns it, and what might be done with it.
And tonight we can confirm that motel is on a frontage road right next to US 19 and just south of Gulf to Bay Boulevard. 10 Tampa Bay News reporter Chris Hurst is live there tonight.
And Chris, the social media buzz comes as a group trying to prevent Scientology development downtown got another boost just hours ago.
Yeah, Dave, that's the group that's trying to thwart any effort from the Church of Scientology to acquire a small street from the city it needs in order to build a large entertainment and theater complex. But meantime, here at this motel, we spotted a Scientologist working security and asked him if he knew what was going on here.
I want to show y'all something. This is in Clearwater.
3 weeks ago, the Pinellas Podcast posted this video online showing stacks of bunk beds in an otherwise empty motel.
The bunk beds that's in them are 2 high, 3, so there's 6 beds each room.
Comments flooded, speculating where it's at and what's going on. So we found the motel and also a worker wearing a Scientology shirt.
Well, honestly, right now, I'm not sure when it's going to be at. That's all I really got.
We couldn't spot any bunk beds because the drapes were closed, but saw the same setup at another hotel nearby. Property records show one is owned by a known Scientologist, the other by a developer who's partnered with Scientology for years. Neither returned a call asking for clarity.
It's a wonderful thing to see this much unity across our city for this effort.
But before we went to the motel, we talked to organizers with Save the Garden, a grassroots group trying to stop a potential future sale of South Garden Avenue by the city to the church to build L. Ron Hubbard Hall. This afternoon, they announced they have enough signatures on a petition to let voters decide, but hope council will do it instead.
Or we continue gathering a few more signatures and then submit it for review by the city clerk, full steam ahead.
They hope it doesn't come to that.
I would say to the council, the citizens have spoken. Will you listen?
Now, I did talk to some in the business community here in Clearwater who are concerned that the citizen petition applies to everyone, not just the church, to require a public vote on some land deals. That could stifle development that so many people want to see here to reinvigorate downtown. Live in Clearwater, Chris Hurst, 10 Tampa Bay News.
So, gee, I wonder who those people might have been who would had those concerns. Hi, Antics. Okay, just drive safely. Could it be that they might be business owners who also happen to be Scientologists? I'm just asking questions because anybody else, really, I can't imagine that they would have an issue. I'm just saying. All right, so Jeff from PTS for Life did a video recently on recovering from cults. And of course, his personal experience has to do with Scientology, but you know, his training happens to work for most cults, if not all of them. So anyway, have a look.
Today we're going to talk about recovering from Scientology, or any cult really, and why it's not a single decision. It is a process of undoing conditioning while building safety, identity, and trust. So if this is something that interests you, stick around while I go over what I think are the first foundational steps towards achieving recovery. Make sure you... Today we're going to...
So yeah, that was a very short clip because it was at the very beginning of his stream, and I want you to go watch his stream. So, as with all of the clips, make sure to go and watch the full videos on those channels. I mean, I don't think that 10 Tampa Bay is going to be hurting for your views, which is why I showed the whole thing. But everybody else, please make sure to go and watch. All right, so now Journey recently gave us a cute little short that I am going to play for you on Scientology. And she also shared an update on her continuing map work and, of course, the attempts to mess with it. So first things first, let's have a quick look at the short. And I will share that with you as soon as I find it for you. Because, of course, here we are.
Is Scientology expanding or shrinking?
And it's literally that short. Now, I did try to vote, so maybe I don't know how it works. I mean, I could have put it also in the comments, but I'm pretty sure you all know how I would have voted on that one. So let's have a map update.
Yeah, that's... Do you guys see that? Holy crap. They moved my pin so far away from the actual address. So the green is the actual address. I do not know why the yellow pin moved way down there. Interesting. Yeah, that's...
Also a short clip. We're doing very short stuff today. At any rate, keep up the good work, Journey. And, you know, just stick to it. And don't let anybody tell you your work is not valuable, because it is. Especially if you happen to be a journalist who happens to stumble across this stream, because that's probably the only way you're likely to find it. make sure to go and check out Journey's channel, because she's got a story for you with a map and a spreadsheet and timelines, and then contact her. All right, so now Eyes to See covered a Reddit story recently about one person's experience with Scientology and then getting out of Scientology. So have a look at this one.
I was put on to Scientology by Grant Cardone. You know how the story goes. Someone sees a successful person, credit their success to Scientology, and jumps to the conclusion that they have to do the same thing to be successful. So that's what I did. I first came across the Grant Cardone video as a senior in college. I was fascinated by Dianetics, and even though I found it a little weird that the central claim was basically that all of our problems are caused by injuries and phrases heard while still a fetus, early child, I couldn't shake off how certain Grant was in describing what it had done for his life. I bought all the books, did all the courses, etc.
Okay, so please go watch the whole thing to hear the whole story. It's interesting, as they usually are when Eyes tells us about them. Now, Hitzel and PTS in Texas, not to be confused with PTS for Life, both are great names. Anyway, Hitzel and PTS in Texas were out on Saturday in front of the Scientology org. They kind of did a combo protest, Scientology and ICE, and it was in preparation for the Super Bowl. So I do want to share a little bit with you from that. Hi, Hitzel. Good timing. Cricket, I'm sorry, but if you think Dianetics is just a little weird, we're in a pickle. Yes. I mean, that was their phrasing. I'm sure that as they get further out from it, they will realize just how weird it is. But, you know, to each his own, right? Anyway, all right. So first up is a look at the front of the org. And please give all props to Hitzel on her dance moves in that blow-up costume, because it really does lower her inhibitions.
We got Jim Sass, Stacy Sass, Mayor of Crazy Town. Big donors right here. Big IAS donors right here. Stacy and Jim Sass. Cody Steel Company in Austin, Texas. And we got our older sign about Tom Cruise. That was a TikTok thing. Somehow mine is not being. Is my sign right here?
Scientology, sir.
So that particular clip does not show off Hitzel's moves. However, when you watch the video, you will see those moves on full display, and they are great. So All right, so here is a short that Hitzel put up. And yes, you're going to be hearing, well, actually, you already heard the music. And if YouTube decides that they're mad, oh well, it's done now. So anyway, here's the back of the org where it was oh so exciting.
The elders confront this man out here. I was speaking and he did not go inside earlier. So I at least give him that. No, you don't have to go in. As Danny's brother telling him to.
Really? That was a very good question. Are you really free to think for yourself? It would be great if more of them would actually think about that when they're being ushered in to get away from us dangerous SPs. And good Lord, I'm going to need more clips. I didn't realize how short some of these were. Anyway, finally, if you were watching if you were watching Antics this morning, you have probably already seen this, but I'm going to share it with you too because great minds think alike, and why not share it? Apostate Alex put out his very own Scientology Super Bowl ad, and I want to make sure that everyone enjoys it. So please enjoy.
This is an anthem for those that rise above hate, above fear, and stand up against all odds in unity. This is an anthem for those Scientology calls enemies.
Oh, I hope that Alex had as much fun creating that as it was to watch it because that was pretty good. Make sure to go and watch it again on his channel so he gets the view. Excuse me, my throat decided to catch there. So, I don't always hear about people's birthdays until it is way too late. But for those of you who are unaware, Club Brain Fog is celebrating her birthday. It's not for me to tell you how old she is or isn't. So, happy birthday, Club Brain Fog. And also, I heard that Laura reached her goal for the funds to get her van repaired. So congratulations to all involved. And I'm sure that that is a huge relief. I can equate it to when my scooter was pretty much on its last spoke of a wheel until I got a new one. And it was a huge relief to know that I was finally getting that new scooter because it's how I get around. So, in that way, I can understand how Laura is feeling feeling the relief? She's a woman of a certain rage. Yes, Fuzzy. That was good. At any rate, so congratulations to, like I said, to everyone involved. That's absolutely fantastic, Laura. I can imagine just how much of a relief that is. And when I saw a little bit of your video where you made the announcement, I could hear the relief in your voice. So I am very happy for you. And that's literally all I have for you today. So I guess I'm going to have to maybe try to set up some backup stuff so that in case I run out, you know, like we were talking about last week, maybe going into the archive videos from Xenu.tv and maybe some from Tori. And I cannot remember who else. However, to perhaps help me with that, if you're looking for something to watch and you happen to stumble on those channels or deliberately go to those channels and you see something, grab a clip and send it to me. That would be fantastic. Anyway, I guess that's it for today. Thank you, Style. Thank you, Hitzel. No worries, Hitzel. Replay is always welcome here. I know this is a hard time for people who are not, especially, I should say, for people who are not on the East Coast and just finishing work, because some of you are still in the midst of your workday if you're on the West Coast. And if you're, Central or Mountain Time, you're probably also still working. When I set this time, it was because it worked for me, but also because it wouldn't conflict with other people who were like going live at 8 o'clock my time. And now I feel like you've probably grown to expect this time, but let me know if you want me to do it maybe an hour later, especially if it's not on a game day. I could work on that. Yes, Janet. See you around, eh? Elbows up. At any rate, let me know what you think, because this is a show that is for all the people in this movement. So if a later time, maybe an hour later, works for you, I can work on that. If you want me to keep it at this time, that's okay too. Sorry, I just saw my lights blink because, again, I have to have the air conditioner on because my room gets very, very warm, especially at this time of day. So, because I guess the furnace realizes that the temperature is dropping, and so it needs to inject more heat into the house, I guess. I don't need that much heat, but I have other beings in this house who apparently do. So it's a good time for you, Style. Well, that's good. Thank you. I appreciate your input. Okay, so thank you to everyone who sends me clips and links with timestamps. It does make it much easier to put things together to show everyone. Special thanks again and always to the mods who do always help me muddle through this on a regular basis. And I appreciate you very, very much. Thank you, Cricket. If later would be better for the other time zones, I would be happy to adapt. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I'm sure that the other mods will give me their vote too, and I am happy to hear it. All right. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support to me and to the small channels and the larger channels too, but especially the smaller channels. Take care of each other. Have a good week. And remember, like who you like, watch who you want to watch. After all, we're not an occult. Take care, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Mom celebrates the smaller channels who are working to bring down the cult and protect human rights. Scooter Mom celebrates the smaller channels, the ones who need more attention and are out there more and more. If you want Scooter Mom to show a small channel, send her clips and links, since you are making clips and sharing links is easy to do. Whether you protest and or watch that